Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to another crafty decor adventure. Olivia here with Olivia's WREATHS. And in today's video, I am over the moon excited to share with you 10 DIY Dollar Tree Christmas decor crafts. So this is another episode in my huge I Love Christmas series. I love to share with you guys how you can make your homes boutique gorgeous on a budget. Listen, y'all don't have to break the bank to have a fabulous, amazing home. Also, crafting and decorating is so good for your heart and soul. So keep up the good work crafting and decorating. Join me over here on my YouTube channel. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and punch that little bell. Click all. It will update you every time I post a new video. And also pop over to my Livy's Romantic Home Facebook page. I have a free little group page if you guys are brave enough to share photos of your home decor or DIY projects. And you guys can also just pop over there and be a kind, wonderful spot in that community. So you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns. Get out your glitter and paint, and let's get crafty.
You'll need one of the Dollar Tree chargers. Now I chose white for my mini tree and silver for my charger, and then I'm just adding some hot glue to the center and a piece of foam. You can also find a foam at Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to take the mini trees and I'm going to push them into the foam on either side and give them a good fluffing. Now I'm going to take a roll of the Dollar Tree white mesh and then a roll of the silver mesh, and I'm going to cut it into 16-inch pieces. And then I just want to take it and roll it into kind of like a little curly Q. And then I'm going to roll the other one into a curly Q. I'm going to pinch these two together, and that's going to make my little poof. Now this stuff is definitely optional with the mesh. You guys don't have to use mesh on this, but you guys know I love a really full look. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the mesh into it. And I felt like that the mesh would give it a really fun little sparkle and shine. So you're just going to take your mesh and twist the mesh onto the tree with your pipe cleaner. It should look like this. So I used 4 poofs on each side, and I used 2 rolls of Dollar Tree mesh total. Again, you guys get creative with this. Use what you have on hand, and you're just going to take that pipe cleaner and wrap it around the tree and go ahead and clip the little pipe cleaner edges off, and just continue to work in and around your little Dollar Tree mini tree. And also think about all the color combinations that you guys could use. If you guys are doing more of a green and red theme, you could do green mini trees and then use just some of the green and red mesh. You could also do gold with this. The sky is really the limit on this project. So now I'm taking some of that buffalo check plaid ribbon, and then also some silver Dollar Tree ribbon. The buffalo check plaid ribbon I did get at Hobby Lobby, but they're also carrying it at Walmart, you guys. So definitely check that out if you want to go for this look. But Dollar Tree has a bunch of really nice ribbon to choose from as well. So I went to the end of my little mini tree, and I'm just using the branches of the mini tree to tie the ribbon on. So I'm just making kind of little poofs as I work in and around the tree. So I did one side and I created 3 poofs, and that's how it should look. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trim that piece off. And then I'm going to start on the other side, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the little evergreen branches to twist tie my ribbons on, and then I'm just going to gather it and kind of create this poof. And then you guys will want to pull apart your ribbon too. So that silver ribbon is kind of underneath there. I just went ahead and pulled that apart. And then once I got to the end of this, I went ahead and did go ahead and clip that off. And then here is how it should look after you add your ribbons and your mesh. Again, these steps are optional. Just use what you guys have and what's in your budget. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of that buffalo check plaid ribbon, and I'm going to make what I call an Olivia bow. So I'm just going to take the ribbon and loop it over on itself, and you just continue to loop the ribbon over on itself until you count that there are 3 loops on each side. You can do a smaller bow too if you want to, but you guys know me, I love big bows and I cannot lie. So I do love to go ahead and go super over the top with my ribbon and my bows. So once you have all your little loops together, you're going to find the center of your ribbon, and I just like to fold mine in half, and you can add tiny little notches if you want to. I'm not going to on this one. I'm just going to pinch it together really tight, and then I'm going to go ahead and add my pipe cleaner. Now if you add notches to each side, that's going to give your pipe cleaner something to grab onto, and then you're just going to go ahead and take your loops and twist them out and give it a good fluffing. That's really the secret to a bow, is continue to work with it and fluff it as you go along. And then I did take the end of one of my floral stems and wrap it around that to go ahead and pop that bow in there. And then I took one of these Dollar Tree silver branches and some of this Dollar Tree greenery. So those will be 2 stems, one silver stem and then one greenery stem. And I'm just going to pop them into the front of my little arrangement here. Here is how that should look. And then I did go ahead and take some more of the silver stem and greenery and just kind of pop them into that top part where that top foam piece is. And here is how that should look as well. I also decided to go ahead and add some to each side, and that pretty much used up both of those stems. Now I'm going to take one of these Dollar Tree sparkling ornaments. I love these. These are some of my favorites. This is the white with the silver kind of glam, but again, go for whatever color that you're using. And I'm just taking a pipe cleaner and I'm running the ornaments through the pipe cleaner to create this little bundle, and then I'm going to tie them on. So I used a sparkling ornament on each side, and then I'm just using some of the little silver ornaments. They come in a large pack, so they go a really long way. So that's super fun. And again, you guys can use what you have on hand. Now, this is what it should look like once you have your ornaments and ribbons and mesh and your little floral stems added. Now I'm just taking the rest of that ribbon. These are just kind of scrap pieces, and I did want to go ahead and fill out the back of my arrangement. And then I did add a little bit of silver detail to the center, and I also added some white poinsettias. So I had one stem of white poinsettias that I just clipped off. These are Dollar Tree poinsettias. And then I have this Dollar Tree candle. This was a DIY I did a while back. I just added some glitter and Epsom salt to it, and then I'm going to go ahead and tie this little silver ribbon onto it. So to add the glitter and Epsom salt, you'll just add Mod Podge and then a ton of glitter and a ton of Epsom salt. It gives it that kind of crystallized snow look that I adore. And now Dollar Tree's also carrying these little metal signs. I chose the joy sign. I thought that would be super fun for the arrangement. So I'm just going to hot glue the little joy sign to the front of the candle. Now for the next part of this little DIY, I want to go ahead and take one of those empty mesh rolls, and I'm going to wrap some silver ribbon around it. What I want to create is a tiny little stand for this candle to pop up on. So this is just one of my little hacks that I wanted to share with you guys. And then you can add some hot glue, push that down in there, and voila, you have a little candle stand. I did go ahead and hot glue it onto there, and how fabulous and over the moon adorable did this come out. Oh my goodness, can you guys even believe that this is almost all Dollar Tree supplies minus that buffalo check plaid ribbon? But you guys, Dollar Tree has great ribbon, so just go for it, whatever colors you're going for. I definitely want to do some buffalo check plaid in with my holiday season this year. You guys saw how I did the snowman. I've also done some ornaments.
Okay, for this DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a super easy little Christmas wreath. So I'm taking this flocked Christmas wreath. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby or Michael's last season. And then I'm using this roll of Dollar Tree Deco mesh, and I'm simply taking the evergreen branches and kind of poofing them over on each other, or crossing them over on each other is what I meant to say, and then just pulling out the little red poofs, and that's going to kind of fill out your little deco mesh wreath. And I would say that the poofs are about 10 to 12 inches. You can do them larger or smaller, however you kind of prefer. I thought I was going to use several rolls of deco mesh, but I didn't want to completely cover up all of the flocking. I think it's really pretty with the evergreen. And so I just kind of gently pushed it in and out, and it kind of, made the little poofs, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I did them on the top part of the wreath, and then I also pulled them kind of underneath and around. The next thing I'm doing is I'm taking this cute little Merry Christmas from our gnome to yours, kind of like home gnome to yours. And I just took the evergreen branches again and then tied that into the wreath. So I actually haven't really had to zip tie anything or use any pipe cleaners or wires. The next thing I want to do is make this super easy little bow. This is no tools required. So you're just going to take your ribbon and loop it over on itself. And I would say that the ribbon length right here is about 14 inches. And I'm going to do that about 4 times, and you can see that I'm counting to make sure there's 2 loops on each side of my ribbon there, and then I'm just going to go ahead and trim that off. And you can even measure your ribbon from, your hand to your elbow. That's going to be about 12 to 13 inches. Now you can see I'm measuring to get just a little bit smaller of the ribbon loops, and I'm just going to kind of cross them over on itself and kind of keep looping it together. And then again, I'm going to trim that off as well. I'm going to put that on top of my first ribbon. You guys can set like a water bottle or a soup can on top of that to kind of keep it steady if you need to. Again, and now I'm going to use this red and white polka dot ribbon. I got all of these ribbons actually at Hobby Lobby this season. And so anyway, so this is just a really great, easy way to make a bow by just taking the ribbon and looping it over on itself and then stacking them together. And this is my no tools required bow. I've shared this with you guys before, but this is going to be this season. And for this season, I'm combining the peppermint with the kind of like cute little country gingham, or you could say check. And this is just a smaller one. Again, I'm just looping it over on itself. I did all of these 4 times to where there's 2 loops on each side when you pull that ribbon out. So now that I have everything cut and ready, I'm just going to find my center of my bow here. And then the next thing I like to do is take my scissors and add just a tiny notch with my scissors in each side of the ribbon. Now it's going to be really, really small. You don't even want to cut in through the center. You just want to add tiny notches so when you pull your ribbon loops out, they really can pull out really nice and full and pretty. The next thing I'm doing is I'm taking this pipe cleaner and I'm just going to pipe cleaner it together, trim that off, and then push that into my wreath. And I think I just took the evergreen branches again and crossed them over on the center part of my bow. And now you can see I'm taking my bow loops out and I kind of give them a twist. So you want to kind of pull and twist and really play with your bow to give it a nice, good fluffing. And so then look at how cute this looks. Oh my goodness, I think this looks just so stinking adorable already. I wasn't sure how I was going to like those ribbon combinations, and I'm actually really crushing on it. I think probably because the red and white palette is the same. And now I'm just going to take kind of some stray cut ribbons, and then again just taking those evergreen branches and crossing them over and kind of zhuzhing this little ribbon to the side. You guys can get so creative with this, honestly. Use whatever ribbons you love, use whatever signs you love, and just really have fun with it. You cannot mess this up, I promise you. Anybody can do this. You guys go for it. Do not be afraid of using a little bit of deco mesh and ribbons. The next thing I'm doing is I'm using some jumbo Dollar Tree ornaments, and I'm going to hot glue those and stick them into this wreath. And again, just get really super creative with it. Dollar Tree has some really pretty cute little ornaments out right now, and they're just really nice fillers. I also love their sweater ornaments. I used them quite a bit in last year's decor, and they're making a reappearance. I feel like the Merry Christmas from our gnome to yours is just kind of a cozy idea, and the cute little gnome. Gnomes are definitely all the rage this season, and I'm kind of here for it. I hadn't really started getting into gnomes about a couple years ago. I just think they're so cute. So I added a couple more ribbons and then a couple more little holiday baubles and then a cute little gnome off here to the side. I couldn't resist. Again, this is also from the Dollar Tree. So many of these goodies are from the Dollar Tree. And if you guys make and sell these, this would be a fun one to make and sell. I think it's really cozy, really Christmassy, and it's very, I think it could go on anybody's door and it would just make a happy little entrance to anybody's home. So I hope you guys are loving it and are totally inspired to get your ribbon on and your bowing on and all of that kind of fun stuff.
craft, we are going to go ahead and use one of those Dollar Tree infinity scarves. It's a buffalo check plaid scarf, and I just went ahead and cut it in half, and then I'm going to hot glue it to the base of my wreath form, and I'm going to twist it up. So just think about any of the Dollar Tree scarves that you guys see that you love that have a cute little pattern, and you can totally use those to make this. I only needed one, so this is a great ribbon saver as well if you just don't have the ribbon on hand that you want, or you want to do something a little bit different and kind of artsy. So I went ahead and just wrapped it all the way around, hot glued it, and then hot glued it at the end. And now I'm going to make an Olivia bow using some burlap ribbon. I already had this ribbon on hand, but Dollar Tree definitely has burlap ribbon that's really nice. So I just made 2 loops, and then I'm fluffing it out, and then I'm going to use some of that Dollar Tree plaid Christmas ribbon to create the second little loop here. Again, these are super easy Olivia bows. I really wanted to share with you guys different styles on this craft and how easy it can be to create this little custom kind of wreath ornament craft. And you guys, these would be great for crafts fairs as well. Now, this buffalo check plaid ribbon came from Hobby Lobby, but you guys have been telling me that they have it at Walmart. So definitely check out Walmart if you want to get a great deal on it. So here it is. This is pretty simple. You guys could also really embellish this. And oh my goodness, who is back in my studio again eating my cookies and helping me decorate? But anyway, you guys could add a little ornament to the center. You can see I added some little green picks to the top of it. The sky is the limit on how you can glam these up or doll these up. You could add a bow to the base of it, some sparkles. And then here's that cute little snowman that we did in one of the last DIYs, as well as the cute little gnome. Definitely check out my I Love Christmas series playlist if you guys want to jam out some more on these DIYs. That's actually a carvable pumpkin that you see right there on that Christmas tree with that ornament. I wanted to share with you guys how to repurpose and reuse a lot of your other holiday decor to make Christmas ornaments, because I think it's a great idea to repurpose and reuse as much as you can. And that little snowman was actually made out of a Dollar Tree sign that was one of those pumpkin signs. So definitely check out that video if you guys need some inspiration and would love to repurpose and reuse some of your Halloween and fall decor. So fun, and I just love stuff like that. Okay, so for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to do a burlap one. Now again, they do have burlap ribbon at Dollar Tree. I already had this on hand from burlapfabric.com. Huge shout out and thank you to them for sending me burlap crafting supplies. I love that. They also have a $5 off coupon for you guys. The coupon code is Olivia Fall if you guys want to use that. And so I'll link just a link to their website down below, but this burlap came in a huge roll, you guys, and it's been awesome for crafting, and I'm going to use it in some of my Christmas decor. So now I'm just using some of that black and white check buffalo check plaid ribbon, and I'm using the same kind of base ribbon with the burlap with the several loops. Again, this is an Olivia bow, but I am doing more like 3 loops on this one because I want to make it just with the buffalo check plaid. So I'm showing you guys kind of more of a farmhouse style on this one, which is kind of more simple and just elegant, and it's going to go in with some of those farmhouse ornaments I shared with you guys. We did that little red truck. Again, it was a Dollar Tree sign repurpose, and then that big ornament you see right there is actually a Dollar Tree beach ball. So super fun, but I love this look. It's so soft and easy on the eye and very clean looking. I used a ton of the buffalo check plaid in my fall decor, and again, it is super hot for winter decor. Walmart has it. They have the fabric and they have the ribbon, as well as Hobby Lobby, and I believe you have Michael's might be carrying it as well. So for the next Dollar Tree candy cane wreath craft, we're going to use some of that sparkling Dollar Tree glittery gold tulle. And I want to create a glam candy cane for you guys. I know a lot of you decorate in the glam style. So again, I'm just hot gluing it to the base, and then I'm just winding it around. I'm using that same white candy cane base that we used for the pink one. Now I am going to do an Olivia bow with the tulle. So again, you just loop it over on itself, and it's super easy here. And I didn't even have to hot glue the tulle, it stuck to the fabric pretty well. Just a little tip on that. So then I'm going to go ahead and trim it off, and I'm going to add it to the center of that sparkling bow. Again, this was the same bow kind of that we used on the pink and white candy cane ribbon. I'm going to give it a little bit of twist, and voila, here we go. And you could also add that pretty little Dollar Tree Joy ribbon to the center. So I just tied a little shoelace bow for this, and then I'm popping it into the center of this bow to doll it up. You guys could add any sort of ornament or any little goodie to doll this up. Here it is on my Christmas tree. Now this is a very soft look. I used white ornaments and some of the sparkling Dollar Tree gold ornaments. I love those jeweled ornaments. I went crazy for them last year. I just think they're so great to add some sparkle and shine. And then here is a DIY that I have to share with you guys upcoming with those little deer and those pretty little ice skates my dear Aunt Janet sent me. Thank you, Janet, if you're watching. I love you to the moon and back. And then again, just to look at the glam. I love it on the frosted Christmas tree. I think it's so simple and so sweet. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to use the base again with the little burlap colored ribbon, and then I'm using some of that Dollar Tree plaid ribbon, and I'm just going to wind it in and around this candy cane. And this was actually a scrap piece of ribbon that I used, so you guys don't have to have a whole super ton of ribbon to do these. And then I'm creating a little Dollar Tree bow with some of that Christmas tree ribbon. I felt like this was really a traditional kind of look, going for the plaid and then the little Christmas trees. Again, this is a super easy little Olivia bow. You're going to fluff it out, tie it on with that pipe cleaner, and just kind of curl those little ribbon tails around to give it that extra boutique finish. Working with this on a budget. Now, these are great to use. These are those little Dollar Tree evergreen picks, and I think they come out so fabulous and fun. And here is the tree decorated more in a traditional holiday style, but using some of those buffalo check plaid ornaments that I picked up at Dollar Tree. Check out my haul if you guys want to see some of the fun ornaments that they have out this year. Again, it's going to be linked in my I Love Christmas playlist. And also, if you guys are decorating for fall and Halloween, I totally get you. My house is decked out head to toe for fall and Halloween right now. I have over 100 DIYs that I shared with you guys for that season. There's 32 episodes in my I Love Fall series. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to share with you guys how to create a beautiful glam garland. So I'm just taking this evergreen that I found at the thrift store. I also found these lights at the thrift store. Definitely check your thrift stores. Walmart does also have non-lighted garland for super cheap. So I just used the evergreen to tie in the little lights with, and now I'm taking some Dollar Tree gold kind of glam mesh, and I'm just going to take the evergreen and create little poofs. So you're going to start at the end with your deco mesh, and you're going to wrap the evergreen around at the end of your deco mesh, and then just kind of pull it out in these little poofs. And the poofs are about 12 inches apart, but I'm not measuring them to be completely exact. It's up to you how exact you want them to be. I do kind of like to just kind of go with the flow of my crafts, so try to just relax and have fun with this. And the deco mesh, I promise you guys, is very forgiving, and it really creates a really beautiful sparkle and shine. So I'm continuing down this garland with more mesh, and then once I got to the end of the garland, I started another roll of deco mesh. So this is a 9-foot garland, and I did end up using 3 rolls of mesh. I was hoping only to use 2, but I did like my poofs to be nice and full. Now I'm just going in with some of that Dollar Tree sparkling gold ribbon. This ribbon does really shed the glitter, so just bear with me on this. But you guys, it's the holidays, so a little bit of glitter does not bother me a bit. So again, I'm starting at the end of my garland, and I'm just adding in the ribbon and twist tying it around the evergreen. So you're just going to take your evergreen branches and cross them over, and that's going to twist in your mesh and your ribbon. So I'm not using any kind of wire or hot glue or anything. I'm just using the actual evergreen branches to twist the mesh and the ribbon in. So this is a great money saver, and it's well worth kind of going to Walmart and finding a little evergreen branch that will twist onto your different mesh and ribbon. I hope that makes sense. Comment and let me know if you guys have questions. I did end up using 3 rolls of the Dollar Tree gold ribbon for this entire project. That was including the bows. So just remember, do what's on your budget, and I do like to have a really nice full garland, so I am using a little bit more product with this. But again, you guys work with what's in your budget, and also remember, you guys can do different colors. If you're decorating for a shabby chic Christmas, find some pink and white ribbon. If you're decorating for candy cane, find candy cane ribbon. If you're going glam, get glam ribbon. Rustic, get burlap ribbon. Whatever suits your fancy, and I will share more styles with you guys as the season moves along. So now I'm just going to take and I'm going to attach this to the front of my little crafting work table. This is actually in my little Christmas crafting studio, and I just have little nails hung to the side of this, and I'm using the evergreen and twist tying them on. You guys can also use command strips if you're doing this on a mantle and you don't want any nail holes, but this little table was good to go. I actually used to use it in my flea market booth, and so it already had these nails kind of attached to it. I'm also adding in a bit of burlap ribbon. I'm really loving kind of that rustic glam farmhouse idea, and I just wanted to give it a little bit more texture. Dollar Tree also does have burlap ribbon with lace wound into it, or just plain if you guys are interested in getting it there. I did get my burlap from burlapfabric.com. I'll leave a $5 off coupon code as well as the burlap that I used. I did cut it in half, that way it would go just a little bit further. And again, I'm just twist tying it onto this garland, nothing fancy, I promise. So for the Dollar Tree bow, we're going to take some of that Dollar Tree Deco mesh. I'm using some silver mesh, and I'm just going to loop it over on itself and then twist tie it in the center with this pipe cleaner. Now I'm going in with some gold ribbon. I'm going to make a double layered Olivia bow. So my Olivia bow is super easy. As you can see, I'm just looping the ribbon over on itself a couple of times to see if there's 2 loops on each side, and then I'm just going to twist tie it on with the little pipe cleaner. And I did go in with several different layers of ribbon. I wanted this to be nice and full and have a ton of texture, so I went in with some of this burlap ribbon. I thought this would be perfect just to kind of soften the glam look up just a bit. But again, you guys use whatever colors suit your fancy. So now I'm using some of this gold Hobby Lobby ribbon. It was very inexpensive for a huge, I believe there's 90 yards, and I've gotten a lot of use out of this because I'm doing a ton of Christmas DIYs for you guys. I'm just doing a double layered Olivia bow, and I'm just continually adding these layers on as I go. So I'm untwisting the little twist tie, and I'm adding the bow layer on and then twisting it back together so it doesn't all fall apart. And so now I'm just using some of that silver Hobby Lobby ribbon, again another double layered Olivia bow, and I'm just layering it on top of itself. And then once I'm all the way done with that, I twist tied it really well, and then you want to take your ribbon loops and fluff them out really nice. And now I'm just attaching this big beautiful bow on to the end of my little garland. And again, you want to go ahead and fluff those loops out and arrange them, make sure they're nice and full. So I did a beautiful bow in the center and then one off to each side. And again, use whatever colors you absolutely adore. So for the next DIY, we're going to create a little pick. So it's really nice to add into your Christmas decor some beautiful sparkling picks. So Dollar Tree carries these white poinsettias. I'm just adding them into a Dollar Tree gold pick and silver pick, and then I'm tying them together with this lovely little twist tie. I'm going to twist tie them into the garland, and that's really going to give it some sparkle and shine. And then I did fluff them out to kind of cover where I tied that in. And as you guys can see here, how gorgeous this is looking. We are going to add in some more goodies as well. So Dollar Tree carries silver and gold ornaments. So I'm just going to take, and for another Dollar Tree DIY, you can make ornament bundles. They have these beautiful sparkling glam ornaments. So I'm just bundling them together. This is one of my secret weapons at the holiday time, to bundle them together and then twist tie them into your Christmas tree or your garlands. It makes them look so high end and full and absolutely gorgeous and fabulous.
For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a beautiful winter wonderland sparkling holiday centerpiece. Okay, so I'm using this Dollar Tree charger and also a pool noodle. The pool noodle is totally optional. Honestly, just use foam, like floral foam, but I was out of my floral foam. I still wanted to do a centerpiece, so I improvised and used this pool noodle. The next thing I'm doing is taking this Dollar Tree Christmas tree. I used 2 of them for this centerpiece, and I used white for this one because I wanted to do kind of more like of a glam sparkling look. I've done a couple kind of more farmhouse styles, so I thought this would be all for my glam girls out there. And honestly, you guys, just change up the flowers and the decor to match your style. Okay, the next thing I did is I used about 3 to 4 bundles of the little poinsettias, and I just clipped them off at the little floral part, and then I'm popping them in to the pool noodle. So it's super easy. You can hot glue the ends if you need to, but I felt like they stayed on just fine, and you're going to want to trim them just right. So maybe trim up a couple to see how long you want them, and then just load it up, and that's going to make a really beautiful little centerpiece. Honestly, if you like really simple, I think you could almost stop here, but you guys know me, I'd love to really get fancy and go super glittery and over the top, so we have to add some sparkly ribbon. So Dollar Tree has this glittery sparkly ribbon, and you just take the ribbon and loop it over on itself to make a quick little bow. And then using the Christmas tree branches, just take the Christmas tree branches and cross them over, and you don't even have to use any extra wires or anything like that, but you guys could always use a little piece of floral wire if you wanted to. This worked pretty good though, I felt like, and again, there weren't a bunch of extra things that you were trying to use, but just loop that ribbon over on itself, pop it in to your little Christmas tree centerpiece here, and then there you have that. I did end up using this entire roll on this little centerpiece, so it's 9 foot, and it is from Dollar Tree. Now, this ribbon has a lot of glitter fallout, so if you guys have other ribbon you want to use, go for it, but if you want to stay on a budget, here we have that. I'm going to hot glue this last little piece into the center here, and then just kind of hold that in. I did burn myself right there. You guys can see, hey, it's you know, it happens here. Okay, so then I'm going to take and just kind of zhuzh up my little ribbon here. So easy to do. And again, you guys can really get creative with it, but I wanted to add a little bit of extra sparkle and shine right here in the center part. And then you guys can really get creative. So you guys can see I'm going to add in these pretty sparkly Dollar Tree little ornaments here, and I just kind of pulled from the goodies that I had last year. So go ahead and dig into your Christmas stash. I guarantee you have some extra little ornaments floating around. And again, if you want to make this a different color, think about using red poinsettias, the green Christmas trees, and some cute little farmhouse ribbon, or whatever ribbon you have on hand. You can make this candy cane themed. So many fun ideas. You could use pink ornaments and pink ribbon if you love that. Just get creative and go for it, you guys. And then last but not least, I did decide to add in some little Dollar Tree sparkling picks and these cute little Dollar Tree gold deers. I always love to add like a little character or a little sign or something to some of my centerpieces or some candles, you know, just to really give it that personalized look. And here is how it turned out. I think it's really fun and it's super extra and sparkly. It went really glam and really gold. But again, you guys, use what you love, use the colors you love, and then I just pop these cute little candles in. So these candles are taper candles, and they're actually battery operated. They're from Amazon. They come, I believe, in a 10 pack. You just pop a battery in. They're super safe for kids and pets. So there you guys have that. Now I did notice now, looking back on it, I used this rolled rose gold charger. So I may go back and pick in some little rose gold ornaments. Sometimes I'm only crafting from one side and you guys may not see the other side. I also did add a sparkling gem to the centerpiece of that. Another thing I love to add, and I will leave a link for the totallydazzled.com gems that I use. Natalie is so wonderful. She's a small business. I love supporting her, but so fun and fabulous on a budget. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys a fun and fabulous little centerpiece. We're going to use these Dollar Tree wooden crates. So Dollar Tree carries these in their Crafters Square section, which they're carrying so many goodies. If you guys are loving the Crafters Square, drop a comment down below. That's going to be the secret question in this video. What is your favorite item from the Dollar Tree Crafters Square? So just a little Dollar Tree craft section is all it is. So I hot glued 3 of these together, and then I'm taking my Waverly Antique wax. I'm going to give it a nice good coating of wax to kind of give it that little bit of, aged appearance. Make it look slightly vintage. You guys could always easily use some brown paint. That would work as well. So we're just going to take and rub it on really good, and I'm using the Dollar Tree just a little sponge brush. That works too, and you can kind of lighten it up by just brushing off some of it off. Now there are some little foam or the little stuff that the little foam that you guys put down in to make an arrangement. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. Pop those into your crate, and then I'm adding in these cute little Christmas trees. Okay, so I did hot glue them. They were a little weeble wobbly, so when you put your foam down in there, just maybe use a larger piece. And then I also added in some rocks because I needed them to hold in there, and I thought that would be a great idea because the Christmas trees, they're a little bit taller, and so I didn't want them to be top heavy. The next thing I did was really get my Christmas trees fluffed out. So I know the Dollar Tree Christmas trees can be really puny, but part of making them look a little better is adding in some goodies and also fluffing them out really well. Get all those branches out. Now Dollar Tree is carrying this cute little reindeer moss, so I'm popping that into the base of this. For this one, since I did a glam floral centerpiece earlier, I kind of wanted to do something that had a little bit of sparkle, but that may be a little bit more suited to like a neutral palette, or maybe a little bit more farmhouse, or just a little bit less busy, I guess. So for this one, I'm adding in some little silver baubles, and you guys might hear Benji Bear in the background. Him and Tink are playing. Tinky is my cat, and so they're really giving each other a hard time, and I'm going to pop a clip of it in for you guys at the end of this video. But I'm adding in some little fun silver baubles and just kind of shushing it around. And last but not least, I decided to add in these super adorable little sparkling deer. So I just popped them into the base here. I really do love to add like a cute little character into my centerpieces. And then I had added those little pieces of a silver ting. And again, this one is just kind of really just relaxed and fun, and just a little bit more natural if you're going for that rustic glam chic look, which I think is super in. And honestly, I'm kind of toying with doing a little bit of a rustic chic glam. I'm going to be putting up my Christmas trees this weekend, the day after Halloween. I am so excited. So it's going to be a huge mess, a huge changeover going on in my home, but I can't wait to share it with you guys. I have really enjoyed fall this season, but I am ready to sparkle, darkle, razzle, dazzle, and shine. So I'm super excited for that.
We're going to take both of the Dollar Tree ribbon and we're going to just connect them together, and then I'm going to measure how long I want to make my loops by the length of my arm from my hand to my elbow. And you guys, this is about 12 inches, so give or take however large you want your bow to be. Now I'm going to go nice and slow here, so you're going to take that ribbon and you're going to loop it over on itself. And the ribbon is doubled up, but you could use a single ribbon if you wanted. And then I'm going to go ahead and loop it over on itself again. And I'm just going to continue to loop it over on itself. And I'm going to do that 6 times. So you guys can see this is super easy. You're just going to loop it over on itself and then loop it over on itself and then loop it over on itself. Probably the biggest challenge right here is to keep your ribbon from twirling up on itself. And then I'm going to take in the center center, and I'm just going to fold it in half to make a crease to find my center. So you just fold it in half to find your crease. You've got your center now. Now this is where you're going to take and you're going to cut a little notch on each side where you found that center. Now you're going to see here, you just want to cut a itty bitty tiny notch. Be very, very careful here. You don't want to cut too much of your ribbon or your bow will fall apart. And it's great to start practicing on bows with Dollar Tree ribbon, because if you do cut too much, you haven't lost a whole super ton of expensive ribbon. Again, this is wired ribbon and that helps your bow be nice and fluffy. So now I'm just going to take some of that Dollar Tree wire and I'm going to cut about 24 inches. I want to make it nice and long because then I can tie it on to a Christmas tree or whatever suits my fancy. So I'm just going to twist tie that wire in the center. So see, you can just see I'm just tying it together, and you're just going to kind of twist it several times to make sure it's nice and tight on there. And then this comes the fun part that I absolutely love. I'm going to start fluffing my bow. So I'm just going to begin to pull each loop out, and you can see that I'm kind of twisting the loop as I pull it out. Now you don't have to do that, but that is going to make your bow nice and fluffy. So you can just gently begin to twist out each loop, and you're just going to follow the lines of your ribbon. So it should go, if you use two colors, you should go burlap and then red and then burlap and then red and then burlap and red. And you're just going to continue to work with your bow as you go. So it's not going to be perfect when you pull all those loops out. You're going to have to kind of work with it and fluff it around. So you can see I'm just gently pulling out each loop. Now the reason you notch the center part of that ribbon is because that's going to give your wire something to hold on to when you're pulling your loops out. You don't have to notch the ribbon, but sometimes if you pull too hard, that ribbon will pull through. Now I'm going to dovetail my ends for that absolutely perfect boutique gorgeous finish by cutting a little triangle in the end. So you can cut the triangle out, or you can just fold it over on itself and then cut upward. Now be careful if you're using sharp scissors, which you guys can see I have my child safety scissors here because I lost my good bow scissors. Heaven knows where they went in all this Christmas decorating. So here it is, all nice and fluffy and boutique gorgeous. Now I did leave a little bit of ribbon for my tails, so I'm going to go ahead and take that ribbon and just pull it out and then find the center. That's where I want to go ahead and just wire my big bow onto. So you can see I'm finding my center. You can even loop it over on itself if you want to, and then you're just going to go ahead and attach it right here with your wire, and it's easy peasy. So you just use that wire and attach it to the back of your bow. Also make sure you dovetail those ends so you have nice pretty ends. And then voila, you have an absolutely fabulous, gorgeous boutique bow. So here we go again. Make sure you get those nice little finished edges. A fun little finishing touch that I like to do. Just take your ribbon and kind of twist it, and it will make little fun curly cute loops, which I think just gives it that fun little finish. You could also leave it straight if you like that. Now I popped this beautiful bow onto a $3 thrift store wreath, and it looks fabulous and gorgeous. This bow looks absolutely over the moon fabulous. It only cost us $2 with that Dollar Tree ribbon. So I encourage you guys to go for it. I have a bunch more bows to share with you guys, especially that big, beautiful, fluffy bow with all of this beautiful ribbon. Now, I grabbed this ribbon on the Black Friday sale at Michael's, and I'm going to start out with the polka dot ribbon. Again, this is wired ribbon, and I'm just going to take and I'm making 12-inch loops. This is the exact same format that we did in the last bow. So you're just going to loop it over on itself. Now, for this one, I want to make sure that there are 3 loops on each side. You can see I'm counting it, so there should be 6 layers of ribbon total. This is what I call my Olivia bow. So for reference point, the Olivia bow is a triple layered bow, and this is the way that I make it. I start with the 12-inch cut, and then I'm just going to go ahead and make my first little bow. I find my center, I'm going to notch it in the center. Again, that's going to give your wire something to hold on to, and then I'm just going to take some wire and I'm going to add some wire, and that's going to begin my first little loop. Now I'm going to go with my second layer, and this is just some red ribbon, again from Michael's craft store. For this loop, I'm making it 14 inches long, and I'm going to make 6 loops here. So it's the same process that we went through with the polka dot ribbon. We're just making it 2 inches longer, and we're just going to continue to loop the ribbon over on itself. Now you choose whatever colors suit your fancy, whatever decor you're going for. I am going to use this for this big beautiful thrift store tree that I found, and I'm going to use it out in my crafting studio. I want to do a candy cane theme, so I'm super excited about this. Now I'm going to go ahead and make my last set of loops, and this is going to be 16 inches. So I'm taking that candy cane ribbon and I'm looping it over on itself, and I'm just going to continue to do that as I go along. And again, it's going to have 6 loops. So this ribbon is super simple. You're going to do 1 layer of 6 loops of your first ribbon at 12 inches, and then the second layer is going to be 6 loops at 14 inches, and then the third layer is going to be 6 loops at 16 inches. Now I want you guys to comment and let me know, please, do you have any questions about this? I'm so bow challenged, and I came up with this bow after watching so many tutorials, and this was the only one I could figure out how to make layers and loops that looked really, really pretty and over the top, but that wasn't hard for me. So I really hope that you guys try this bow and go for it. I also wanted to let you all know that Michael's has some amazing deals on their ribbon, so definitely use their coupons and watch out for their sales. For this Black Friday ribbon, I got it for about $2 a roll, and it had 75 foot of ribbon on it, so you guys know I go crazy over that. Also look for their after Christmas sales. So now I'm taking all of those ribbon and I'm just layering them on top of each other. The longest loop layer, the candy cane ribbon, is going to be at the bottom, and then the red is in the center, and then the little polka dot is going to be on the top. And so now I'm just making some tails. So I made really long tails for this because it is going to be on my Christmas tree. So it's about 3 feet of tails. But again, you guys do whatever you love and whatever length that you need for your tree. Don't forget to dovetail those ends and make them super nice and extra and fancy. And then I'm just going to find my center. And you guys don't even have to do this many tails, but you guys know I love super fancy and over the top. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the tails to the back of the longest loop of ribbon. So again, this is just an Olivia bow. It's layered on there. Don't be afraid. It's just larger than we normally would make this as far as the length of the ribbon. Again, always please comment and I will do my best to answer all the questions. Now, you want to begin to pull your loops out. Give them a good fluffing. I usually like to pull my loops out from the bottom. So you get those largest ones first, and then as you move towards the top, you can have those larger ones, and then you just need to fluff your ribbon. And you guys know that this is my favorite part, is the ribbon fluffing. And don't be afraid to just continue to work with your ribbon and eyeball it. If you get frustrated, set it down and come back until you get it just how you want it. So here it is after I gave it a wonderful, big, beautiful fluffing. And I actually created 2 of these, and to make that big, gorgeous bow that you guys saw in my profile picture or my thumbnail here, I just attached 2 of these together. So these are just 2 Olivia bows that you're attaching together with the wire. So you had wire that was coming out from each bow, and you'll just take them and twist them together. It's super easy. I cannot wait to see you guys' bows. I know you're going to post them for me on Facebook and Instagram, so I'm so excited to see.
So here is how your big boutique gorgeous bow is going to look after a bit of fluffing. Now you can go ahead and just attach it to your Christmas tree like so. Use the wires that are on there. And what I like to do is attach a bow to one side and then just go ahead and attach your second bow to the other side, and it's going to just make it look so fabulous and so fantastic. And also I would encourage you guys that the secret to a bow is a really, really good fluffing. So just keep fluffing it and playing with it. And again, if you want to fill it out even more, you'll just go ahead and take the bow that you made for the other side. And this is the same bow, and this bow does need a bit of fluffing. So just take this and you can wire it onto the other side of your tree, and then you'll have the most fantastic tree topper.
So I love big bows, and I cannot lie, this Olivia bow is probably by far my favorite combination, with the polka dots and then the red and then the cute little candy cane stripes. So this is the Olivia bow I'm referencing. If I share with you guys how to make one, you'll totally know. So I also want to show you guys this little mat. I believe we got it at Walmart. It was super cheap, but it does help with measurements. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to make another boutique gorgeous bow. This is going to be an Olivia bow with Dollar Tree ribbon. So I'm going to use 3 rolls of Dollar Tree ribbon. This bow will cost you about $3. And I'm starting out making it smaller. So the loops on this one are going to be 10 inches. So I'm starting out with a sparkling sequin ribbon, and I'm going to forewarn you that this ribbon has a ton of fallout. But if you guys love glam and glitter and you want it on the cheap, it's not too bad. You could add some hairspray to it once you're finished making it. But beware, it's going to get stuff everywhere, which for me, Christmas and a little bit of glitter, not too bad. So again, we're going to just find the center of our bow after we've made the little loops, and then make sure always do not cut those loops in too far or your bow will fall apart. So find your center and then cut yourself a piece of little Dollar Tree wire, and then you're going to just go ahead and wire that together. It helps if you kind of pinch that ribbon in so it goes ahead and kind of makes a little bow as you're starting right there. I hope that makes sense. So for the next loop, we're going to do 12-inch loops, and again, you're just going to loop that ribbon over on itself. I believe I was able to get 3 loops on each side, total of 6 for this. And then you're just going to go ahead and find your center. You're going to notch it in the center. Again, very, very careful, teeny tiny notches, like 1/2 inch, not even probably that much less than 1/2 inch, just enough to get your wire something to hang on to. So when you pull those loops out, your ribbon doesn't fall out. And then I'm just going to use this plaid Dollar Tree ribbon, and this is going to be a 14-inch in length. And again, you're going to find your center. Now, I was only able to go over in loops 4 times on this one because this is the larger part of the bow. So I wanted to leave enough to have some tails. So just a little note on that with this Olivia bow for that last one, because the Dollar Tree ribbon is only 9 foot, you're not going to have quite as much. So it's not going to put on quite as big of a show as our last one did. But I will tell you, I was rather pleased with this very sweet little bow. Now, right now, the Dollar Tree Christmas ribbon is very picked over. So this is kind of what I was just able to get. So whatever suits your fancy. Remember, also always use your coupons at your craft stores and watch their sales and ads. And you guys, let's get ready for after Christmas. Save a little bit of tidy bow cash back, because that is the time to buy your ribbon as well. Don't forget to dovetail your ends and just wire this whole bow together. And then we're going to make some tails with our leftover ribbon. I'm just going to dovetail my ends, again cutting that little triangle by folding the ribbon in half and then cutting in an upward direction. Again, always be careful when you're cutting upward. I'm using child safety scissors because I lost my bow scissors. So go ahead and pinch that in the center, and then the wire that you use to make your bow with, you're just going to tie your tails onto. And then voila, you have a very fabulous, gorgeous bow. And you don't have to add tails, mind you. This would be if you were making a wreath or a garland or a Christmas tree. But if you're attaching this maybe to just a present, you may not need all these lovely, luscious little tails. And you could always curl your tails just by twisting the ends of those ribbons, or you can leave them kind of loose loose and flowing, depending upon what kind of arrangement or garland or tree or whatever suits your fancy that you're going to put this in. But I think that this is one gorgeous Olivia bow. Again, I attached it to that sweet little thrift store wreath, and I think it's beautiful. I almost feel like with the little berries and whatnot, so you may not have to add anything more. Of course, I would. I would add a bunch more ribbon and ornaments, but I think this is soft and subtle and really boutique, gorgeous on a budget. Now I'm going to take some of this Dollar Tree gold ribbon. I'm going to share with you guys how to make an Olivia bow without notches. So here is just another little timestamp of a DIY ribbon. So when I reference this one, you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. So you're going to take that ribbon and just continue to loop it over on itself. I looped it over on itself several loops, and then I'm just going to find the center, and instead of notching it, I'm going to take a piece of sparkling ribbon and I'm just going to tie it in the center. I actually shared with you guys how to do this bow with my bows in my outdoor Christmas decorate with me video. I used a lot of burlap bows and I needed to make a bow really fast. So I guess this would be kind of like an Olivia bow on the fly, you guys. And so then you can just take that little center ribbon that you use to tie the bow together and add your tails if you're wanting to add some tails. I love this method actually for ribbon that I want to reuse. So this is a really great way to be able to repurpose and reuse your ribbon if you don't want to cut in it. And then I just took some of this bling wrap from dazzle.com and I just added that. I'm going to leave a link below. They have these beautiful jewels and you can buy them in a pack and they're about $1.50 each. So definitely check that out if you guys want to make some super fabulous and dazzling gifts. They also have huge rolls of bling wrap, which I think is really wonderful as well. So here is that package and it is gorgeous. Oh, and I wanted to let you guys know that the website is totallydazzle.com. I get it wrong every time. So totallydazzle.com has all this fabulousness. Now, I'm going to share with you guys how to make a shoelace bow. You just tie this bow like you're tying your shoelaces. So you go up with the loop, go in and around the ribbon, and then just pull that other little loop through. I do reference what I call a shoelace bow a lot in my DIYs. This is a quick little finishing bow. I think this is lovely and soft and sweet. You can tie it around a candle. You can do so many lovely things. Always I dovetail my ends to give it that lovely boutique gorgeous finish. And how sweet and simple is this with that Dollar Tree gold sparkling ribbon? I think it looks very elegant and fabulous, and you could even add some bling jewels to the center. And these bows are great to add into your big Olivia bow to finish them off in the center. I do that a lot as well. So for the next DIY, we are going to take some more Michael's ribbon and we are going to make a beautiful bow. And this bow reminds me of my girl Crafts by Caitlin. She has a wonderful DIY crafty channel and she always does a cute little bow kind of like this. So you're just making one loop in the center and then you're tying it off with some of that Dollar Tree wire. And I did double up on this ribbon, but you wouldn't have to do this. I love this bow. I think it's elegant and sweet. I love these farmhouse colors. I did a whole huge beautiful farmhouse tree in my living room with this buffalo check plaid ribbon, which is super on trend this season and so festive. My family had just requested a really fun traditional Christmas, so I went with this. Now I'm just cutting another tail for the other side, and I'm just going to wire it on the back. There might be an easier way to do this. I probably need to go watch some more bow videos, but you guys, I kind of just always come up with what I feel like makes it work. You could also hot glue that little extra tail on there if you wanted. These are great to add to presents or the top of a picture. You can make the tail a little bit shorter to go over maybe one of those little Dollar Tree cute little pictures that they have. They have so many fun little signs. That's what I was meaning to say. And then I'm going to finish it off by just tying a little bit of the burlap ribbon into the center of this bow. Now this is an extra step, but I did want to conceal the bit of wire that I used to tie the bow with. And so I'm just going to hot glue this pretty little piece of burlap to the center. And voila, we have a very elegant and fabulous rustic chic glam bow. Of course, don't forget to give it a good fluffing and dovetail those beautiful ends. And there we have it. Oh my goodness, I think this bow is so adorable, and I will definitely be doing some on a bunch of the packages. My teenagers really like to get clothes for Christmas, and so I'll be using a lot of shirt boxes for some different clothing items that we picked up during some of those Black Friday sales. So here this one is. This is actually under my Christmas tree, and you can see I added the other Dollar Tree bow off to the left, and then this other Dollar Tree bow to the right, and they even had that cute little bag at Dollar Tree. My goodness, they're killing it. And then there's just a peek at my Christmas tree. You guys are going to have to go back and watch my Christmas home tour. Had so much fun with that one, sharing that with you guys. And again, here is that big
charger.
Beautiful.
And I'm going to hot glue a piece of foam to the center of my charger. And then I'm going to take this little Dollar Tree mini tree. These are just the table topper trees. They should be out now in your store. And you want to kind of fluff it out just a little bit and then poke it in to the styrofoam. And here's how that should look after you get that first one on. Don't mind my awkward mom dancing. I'm then going to pop another one into the other side, and you don't want to put them end to end, otherwise they won't go all the way in. Now here's a fun little way to make a bow. You can measure the ribbon from your hand to your elbow, and that's going to make a pretty good sized little fluffy bow. And you want to take the ribbon and loop it over on itself, and I like to do this about 4 times if I'm using 3 ribbons. If you're going to make just one ribbon that's all the same color, you probably want to loop it over on itself to where you have at least 4 loops. Okay, so I'm going to set that ribbon down, and then again I'm going to kind of measure it, and you may want to make the second one a little bit smaller than that first one, and then just take the ribbon and loop it over on itself. You guys, this is such an easy bow to do. I promise you, you guys can totally do this. And then you're going to set that on top of your second ribbon. These are all Dollar Tree ribbons. Now, they're not the most amazing ribbon, I'm going to go ahead and be honest, but hey, they'll work for this, and it's pretty inexpensive. So again, I'm using a smaller little ribbon here, and this is just the Joy to the World Christmas one. A couple of these are not actually wired. I really love wired ribbon, but we're going to roll with it. Find your center on this bow, and then take your scissors and cut tiny little notches on either side. Listen, tiny notches. Do not make those notches too big or your bow will fall apart. Now lately I've been loving to zip tie the center of my bow. You can get a really nice good grip with that zip tie. You can also use floral wire or the pipe cleaners. The next thing you want to do is take those loops and pull them out really, really well. And you're just going to twist the little ribbon strands there and take a little stem from, I like just to take like a floral stem and poke that little bow on there. The next thing I want to do is add in some of this Dollar Tree greenery. You guys, I am loving this. It looks so natural and beautiful. I'm just going to pop that into either side of my little Christmas tree spot here. And I think it looks already really cute, but then I decided to add in some berries to kind of pull those red and kind of maroon ribbons in. I guess I'm kind of mixing my reds, but hey, we'll do a little mixy on this one. I feel like at Christmas time, we can really get festive and just have so much fun with all of our colors. The next thing I want to do is hot glue a popsicle stick to the back of this little Dollar Tree hang tag. This was in the ornament section, and I used the holiday cute little snowman one. And then I decided to add one more mini Christmas tree. So that's going to be 3 total, and 3 of your pecks, and then berries, and then this is just some little Dollar Tree ornaments popped into there. And then voila, you guys have a super fabulous little centerpiece on a total budget. As you guys can see, to kind of finish it off in the back, I'm just taking a little bit of extra ribbon and kind of making some loop-de-loops. And then here is how that turned out. Oh my goodness, Frosty the Snowman is going to be perfect on my entryway table or as a centerpiece in my For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a fun and fabulous Dollar Tree mini Christmas tree. I'm taking this super cute Dollar Tree gift box, and then I just hot glued some styrofoam to the base, and then I'm adding this Dollar Tree mini tree. And then my little secret for the Dollar Tree mini trees is to take two of them and add them together. So you just puff one out, and then you only puff one out halfway, and you take it and you mix it in with the other, and then you just take the evergreen branches and cross them over on themselves until it's all puffed out. So you want to fill it all the way out. The next thing I wanted to do was share with you guys a fun and easy way to fill this mini tree out. So I'm just taking 2 rolls of the Dollar Tree Deco mesh. It's a 6-inch mesh, and I'm cutting about 8-inch strips here, and I'm just taking the evergreen branches and I'm tying them over on themselves. Now I look like a really full and fluffy look, but you guys, do whatever you love. And remember to use whatever Christmas colors you love. And I'll apologize for using a tablecloth that matches my project. I'm trying to just share with you guys different ideas, and I didn't realize that it came so close to it. So hopefully you guys can see this cute little base that I'm working with. So anyway, I'm just continuing to add in the deco mesh. And again, I'm cutting it in about 8-inch strips and then crossing those branches over on themselves. And then you're going to want to go around your whole tree and see where things need to be fluffed and zhuzhed and just really made fabulous. And you guys just have fun with this. Really, these little mini trees are just great for any little small area. I love to pop them into my kitchen, my kiddos' rooms, so many places. Maybe you don't want to go all out and put up a huge tree, but you do want to have some holiday fun, sparkle and shine, or maybe you want to make something fun for your neighbor. So anyway, now I've got my easy bow maker out, and I'm going to make a pretty little bow. I've got this Hobby Lobby ribbon. Let me tell you guys, okay, so Hobby Lobby has ribbon available online or in their store. And I'm just telling you this because you can get big rolls of ribbon if you like to use ribbon a lot. So it's a pretty good deal when you use your coupon, or it goes half off. Now I'm making a bow with my Easy Bow Maker. The Easy Bow Maker is great because you just go back and forth, as you guys can see with my loops. I started out with about a 5-inch loop, and then I gradually got smaller, and I just kind of eyeballed it. But again, it does have the little measurements on the side of it, so that really helps. And it has little prongs in the center, and that holds your bow together. So if you have problems with your hands, you may love this. I believe you guys have told me that it's really cheap at Michael's if you guys use your coupon to get this Easy Bow Maker. You can also order them online at Deco Exchange if you can't get out. The next thing I want to do is tie my bow off in the center with a pipe cleaner. You could use wires. This is my happy place, you guys. Once I get that bow made, I know I am in the home stretch, and my favorite part is the decorating part. So I love to pull my loops out, make it nice and pretty, and then you can just go ahead and add it to your tree, to the top there. And again, it just, you can pull it out a little bit with the loops, and then you can continue to fluff it as you go along. Now, the next thing I wanted to do was cut 8-inch pieces of ribbon, just a couple to pop into the tree here and there. I had quite a bit of this ribbon, so I was fine to do that. And again, remember, customize this to suit your fancy. So if you're decorating with pink, go for some pinks. If you're decorating for elf, go for red and green. If you're decorating for blues, choose a blue base and add some blue ribbons. Whatever suits your fancy and whatever matches your decor and makes your heart just sparkle and shine. Dollar Tree carries these long sleeves of ornaments, and so I'm going to use several of these in this project. I think I end up using almost all of them except for 2, which I used on that stocking DIY I shared with you guys earlier. I'm just hot gluing these directly onto the tree, but if you want to be able to take this tree apart, you'll probably just want to hook them on, but you can just hot glue them and then hot glue them into the little spot there. And I dug out of my little Christmas stash this cute little candy cane. I believe these came from Walmart. I found mine at a garage sale, but Walmart carries really cute candy cane ornaments, and they're like 97 cents or maybe $1.97 depending upon the size. So as you guys can see, I popped in some more cute little ornaments here and then some more ribbon, and voila, we have a fun and fabulous tree. And tell me that this does not look over the top amazing, nice and full, just just like I like it, 90s style with the big bows, you guys. But hey, it's sparkly, shiny, and Christmas, and that's what we want, just to bring some happiness to our day, a little bright, sparkly, shiny thing for our coffee bar, or an office, or a neighbor, or your kiddos' bedrooms, or just wherever you guys want to put something so fun and fabulous. So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafty decor adventure. It is a true blessing and honor to have you all here. If you all are new, welcome. I'm Olivia Bow from Tech Home. I'm a DIY crafty mama, and I just love to share with you guys how you can make your home's boutique gorgeous on a budget. I feel like crafting and decorating is so good for your heart and soul. So keep up the good work crafting and decorating no matter where you're at. And also just in life in general, keep up the good work putting one foot in front of the other. Even if you have a setback, get back up, keep going. I feel like we're all going through something, and so do your best to always be kind and loving. And hey, listen, remember, you always have a voice. If you guys are on here right now, you're on a social media site, you're on a YouTube or Facebook or whatnot, and so just remember, drop kind comments, heart people's posts, just be a blessing to one another. We can always be a blessing, and it'll make you feel better. Put a smile on your face and get out there and just go for it. So anyway, I love y'all to the moon and back. I always have a little giveaway going on in my videos. So you guys don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, punch the bell, click all. It will update you every time I post a new video. I post several DIY videos a week on YouTube, as well as several a day on Facebook. So you guys are going to keep on that crafting and decorating and just having a blast. Listen, I love you guys so much. I know that this little community is a blessing to me. So if you guys have a prayer request, drop it in the comments down below. I have a great little group of people that I know pray for one another. And if you guys just want to just leave a nice little heart or whatever, let's blow up this comment section with positivity. Okay, we are going to look forward to the future with so much joy no matter what's going on in our life, right guys? So anyway, I love y'all. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait for our next video. We are going to be putting up Christmas trees in my house and decorating them from head to toe, so I can't wait for that. Anyway, I love y'all to the moon and back. Until the next video, remember, be kind to yourselves and be kind to one another. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.